Okay, let's try this again. So this is the reason why I haven't been streaming a lot lately, because the internet non-providers, the people I pay money for to get internet, don't like to give you a reliable internet connection. So I was like, let's just drop it out. And you have to spend half an hour on the phone with them, explaining the same crap over and over again, for them to do the same tests over and over again. Alright. So as I was saying in the previous stream, just a quick overview of what I was saying. The outline highlights the item you're in. If you trigger and X, you can scope in or zoom in or whatever in. Then the internet dropped, so that's pretty much what I'd done in the previous stream. But I was going to show you things like, if I bring up this, we'll go to that, then we'll go to there, then we'll go to this one here. If you bump that up to say 24, move it off to the side so you can see. If I place that there like that, it looks kind of like a cog, a star, whatever. If you don't adjust their centering, you can actually make a fairly usable cog, tire, geometric shape, that sort of thing. So long as you don't adjust anything like that, you can go like that, make it like that. You could go like this, you could twist it, make it more of a ball. You can go more like a bowl, so if you do that, it's more like a bowl. So that's the kaleidoscope. Yeah, okay, then if you go back in here, you got other ones. So if I go shape, let's turn off the kaleidoscope and just go mirror. Literally all that one does is, let's scope in, it mirrors it in half. So that line, it copies it on either side. So whatever's on one side, it's on the other side. That's how you do, like, for example, a human body or a car that is the same on both sides. You only have to sculpt the ones. So whatever I add to this side, so if I come to this side and we'll go into here, we'll go to that, just say, then we'll add some blend to make a shape. Go like that. You can go like that, and then if you want to adjust it, it adjusts both sides. So say you'd make your fenders or shoulder pads, feet, whatever. It copies it from one side to the other, is exactly the same. If you don't like seeing the centerpiece, you can obviously go into here, just look at the eye, click it, it'll get rid of it. It's still there, so when I move that, it's still mirroring, it's just that you're not seeing the line if it's in the way. So that's the mirror. That leaves that mode, the sculpt mode, and then left shoulder and buttons on the thing, so like square, we'll bring up that, circle will do another thing, X will do another thing, and triangle will delete. So think of the left and right shoulder buttons as sort of like hotkeys, and then when you look at an item, if you press them both, you see how the little amp is just connected to the thing. You can zoom in and out. You can rotate around. And if you want to grab something like that, you can go all the way across the map to it. So you don't have to look at it and go slowly like that. You just snap and you'll zoom into where the imp is. And just in case you didn't watch the stream that dropped out, that thing in the middle of the screen is your imp. So for example, if you wanted to make a tire, for example, you could use the kaleidoscope one, or you could literally just grab, where are we, this, grab that for example, where are we, let's unmirror that, pressing left shoulder and square before you press will let you reshape it, so you can make it a ball, you can make it thin, you can literally go like that size, place it to roughly where you want it, click, Then you click on it again. Then you can grab that and you go to negatives, which is that. You can then grab that shape or any shape you want and it will cut away. Again, while you're looking at it, left shoulder and square will bring up the thing. If you're in stamp, you'll have this blend amount. You can add blend to it. So that's why my recommendation is go stamp, don't go paint or smudge as they call it, because that will make it a little bit harder to do like that kind of shape where you can have it rounded. When I refer to that, I'm talking about if you come into here, into here, and then you go to there. If you come, that's your grid snaps. That's the Lucy's map. Actually, the easiest way to show you if I go to actually no, I'll stay in that. If I get a preference, this is probably the best way to show you. If you go to dream shaping, all this first one here is UI. That's not that important a thing. If you get into tools, default sculpt tool mode, you got smear shape and stamp shape. I always go stamp. It's just that little bit easier to use because you can still do the whole smear look in stamp, but doing the stamp look while you're in smear is a little harder. So that's my recommendation there. You can change it while interacting with the object using short keys and stuff like that, but I generally don't bother with it. It's like once I'm in blend, because I like the fact that I can like seriously, like here's a good example. There's a square, there's a circle. If I just shrink it down a little bit, move it, you can see there it's got a sharp edge. If I now go like this and go into the blend and turn it up, you see how it smooths off the edges. That tool there in itself, if you want to make a shape of a car or something like that kind of looks like the old CRT TVs and stuff like that. To do that while you're in the blend mode is so hard, but it can be done in smear mode. But in stamp mode, it's just that much easier, so I'll leave it in stamp mode. Precise move is it aligns the X, Y's, and Z's. And a good note to take is, give a second, is when you're in the shape editing, that shape there is still there, so you can still see it, so I can move it. And if I move this shape, it moves independently. So if you've placed something that cuts something away, for example, we'll go something like that, and you're going, okay, I don't like how it's sitting, you can either move that piece, and it will adjust it, or you can move that piece, and it will adjust it. So it's not locked, and like if you move that one, it's going to move them both. Each shape, so if you've got multiple shapes, so if I had another one, we'll go cone, we'll add it there, just say. So just say you're making a face, there's the face, oh, you don't like where the cone is. You can either move everything to line up with the cone, or you can just move the cone, and it won't affect anything else. It also works the order you place it in. So if for example, this is the first shape, that's the second shape, and that's the third shape. The last shape you do will overwrite the shapes before. So the cutaway will not cut away on that shape because that was done before. The cutaway was done before the cone. Yeah, so the ball will not override the cutaway, and the cutaway will not override the cone. But the cone will override the ball. Technically not a ball because you can tell because it's got little circles on either end, or the cutaway. That will override them both. So if you wanted to make a geometric shape using that, once it's done, if you go into there and go add geometric, it will line up. There's the center as you can see, so you can then line up it to the center, if that's what you prefer to do. So that's all I want to do with this stream, was just show you like a quick on how you can sculpt in the thing. So now once I've scoped out, it all moves together. So that's the thing. So highlight for that, highlight for that, and highlight for that. Or I can go to it and go in, and now I'm into that sculpt. So I'm going to call the stream here. I will try and do another stream later on today. We'll see how the internet goes. So I will catch you then. If not, I'll catch you when next time I stream. I'm Addy for now. I'll catch you then.